Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's joint webinar with AWS and Nous Infosystems on Lag to Lightning, how Zero-ETL is driving enterprise analytics. My name is Preeti Chatterjee, and I will be your host for the webinar. We are thrilled to have you here for what promises to be an exciting look into the future of enterprise data analytics. Today, we will explore how cutting-edge zero-ETL solutions are transforming in the way the business handle, process, and act on their data. If you have ever felt the frustration of analytics or bottlenecks, you will enjoy today's discussion on how Zero-ETL can move you from the data lag to data lightning speed, helping you to stay well ahead of the data challenges curve. Throughout the webinar, you are welcome to submit your questions at any time using the chat window. We will collect them and do our best to address as many as possible during the Q&A session at the end. Nous Infosystem is a leading platform and product engineering IT service provider delivering innovative technology solutions to our global customer across industries with more than 2 decades in the technology business. We have enabled Fortune 500 companies and SMEs to achieve innovation, modernization, and digitalization through quality engineering services. We have served customer key industries like banking and financial services, insurance, healthcare, life sciences, retail, and manufacturing. For today's webinar, we have Aishwarya Subramaniam, who is a senior solutions architect in AWS. Based in Seattle, Washington, she works with commercial customers and AWS partners to accelerate customers' business outcomes by providing expertise in analytics and AWS services. Suyash Nadkarni is a partner solutions architect in AWS America's partner field organization, focusing on emerging partnerships. Based in Austin, Texas, he collaborates with AWS partners to drive cloud adoption and enables them to build innovative solutions on AWS. Suyash brings his expertise to help partners leverage AWS services effectively and accelerate their growth in the cloud ecosystem. Dr. Srinivasan Narayan, we have Dr. Srinivasan Narayan, who is the Nous EVP and Transformational Business Leader. He is responsible for driving innovation and create value in AI, data, and digital technologies for our clients. Srini had led several modernization and consulting programs for Fortune 500 clients over the past 2 decades across BFSI, retail, manufacturing, healthcare, and other industries across the globe. His unique ability to harmonize business growth, end user technology, and solve key business challenges through technology solutions has been instrumental to successful client engagements. And we have Jayaprakash Sharma, who heads the Data and Analytics Center of Competency at Nous Infosystems. With over 25 years of experience, he has handled various legacy modernization, data migration, analytics platform migration projects for large enterprises across industries. A very hearty welcome to each one of you. Now, let me invite Dr. Srini to get into the webinar details.
Hey, thanks, Preeti, for the kind introduction and setting the stage. Good morning, good evening, folks. Thanks for joining us. Let's dive bit deeper into why this topic is critical in today's AI era. AI isn't just coming, it's everywhere. in every facet of business, and it is unstoppable. By 2030, the global AI market will be close to 2 trillion. Already, 85% of enterprises are investing in AI, and the industry will grow fivefold within the next 5 years. Now, let's look at the impact and the adoption. In banking, AI is new frontline defense, with almost 94% of banks are using it for fraud detection. In insurance, AI underwriting slashes processing times up to 90%, turning weeks into minutes. In healthcare, AI is becoming the silent partner in the patient care, with 80% of US hospitals already on board. And in retail, AI drives the magic behind personalization, hyper personalization, with over 70% of companies are using it to win customer loyalty. Clearly, it is seen that now AI is not a tool, it's a game changer. It is not an add on, it is the engine for growth. Enterprises have to adopt AI boldly or risk of being left behind. It's fair to say AI isn't the future of business anymore, it is the business of the future. Let me start with the simple truth. AI is useless without good data. And today, too much of data is locked away in the past and trapped in legacy systems. Two-thirds of data is stale by the time it is analyzed. Errors can cost businesses 10% of the revenue, and nearly 80% of IT budgets are burnt in keeping the old systems alive. Think about it. Two-thirds of data moved into ETL is already 5 days old, and when it is ready for analytics, this is like navigating with yesterday's map. 44% of tech leaders say integration with modern systems is one of the biggest challenges, and that means unreliable data feeding unreliable AI. Add to the inconsistencies that bleed for 10% of the revenue, and you begin to see the scale of the problem. 78% of the IT budgets are sunk into maintaining legacy systems, leaving little or no room for innovation. It's amply clear that AI is just an innovation story, but it is also a data liberation story. As Sam Altman said, data is the backbone of AI innovation. Or I like to frame it, AI without data is just artificial. And when free your data and you free the true power of AI, which brings us to the next challenge. It is not just the data is locked away, it is our current data models themselves weren't built for the real-time AI-driven world we now live in. Yesterday's data can't power today's real-time decisions. Businesses now run on instant insights, multi-cloud platforms, and AI-driven workflows. But legacy pipelines are still batch-oriented and painfully slow. Here is a reality. By the time ETL delivers data, it's already stale. Business now require instant access to fresh and high-quality data. Traditional ETL brings high costs and brittle systems that are hard to manage. And machine learning workflows are fast, reliable, real-time integration, not hours or days. The bottom line is simple. Legacy data models are holding businesses back. What's needed now is integration that's instant, intelligent, and data pipelines designed for speed, scalability, and AI readiness. Because in this age of AI, slow data is as good as no data. Essentially, this means modern decisions need modern data. So far, we have connected how AI is growing exponentially and how data, while critical, is often locked away in legacy systems. We have seen how traditional ETL pipelines are slow, brittle, expensive, leaving businesses with stale insights and sky high maintenance costs. But here is the good news. There is a way forward with the zero ETL approach. Zero ETL is about moving from lag to lightning speed. It's about real-time data sharing without the manual extract, transform, and load overhead that slows organizations down. It enables a seamless integration, eliminating custom pipelines, reducing engineering effort, and accelerating the data delivery. It ensures resilient self-adapting data flow so business can handle change, scale effortlessly, and keep data from moving in real time. It provides instant data access across systems, powering analytics and applications and decisions with fresh and reliable insights, and most importantly, it drives unified intelligence, which is need of the hour, at a lower cost by removing the expensive ETL infrastructure from freeing up the IT budgets and innovation. The takeaway is simple. In the age of AI, data pipelines must be as intelligent and real time as the decisions they empower. In short, Zero ETL isn't just an upgrade, it is the bridge from yesterday's data lag to tomorrow's data lightning. To learn more about Zero ETL, let me invite Suresh from our AWS team. Over to you, Suresh.
Hey, thank you. Shruti. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Suyash. I'm a solutions architect at AWS and help partners, as mentioned earlier, with for building and innovating solutions at AWS. Good to meet you. So, to Srini's point, AI without data it is artificial. Enterprises know that to be truly data driven, they need to access the right data at right time. This becomes even more critical in near real-time use cases, like fraud detection, anomaly monitoring, customer churn prediction, or IoT sensor analytics, right? Where even minutes of delay can mean lost opportunities. As Srini mentioned, I just want to double down on that. Traditional ETL pipelines often deliver stale data that's like hours or days old, which simply isn't enough anymore. Uh, so this, basically you're saying this slide, it highlights just how wide the use cases are, from personalizing customer experiences, optimizing inventory, to powering gaming leaderboards, CRM systems, and even marketing optimizations. All of these depends on one thing, which is timely and trusted data. So the real challenge isn't collecting data, it's making it instantly usable at scale across the business. Next slide, please. So at AWS, our goal is to make it easier for organizations to connect, all their data to, and to do that like with the speed and agility which our customer needs, right? So we simplify the entire journey you can see here of moving, transforming, governing data, so the customer can focus less on pipeline and more on insights. On right here on the circle you see there are services that help connect and move data, right? Then we have for transformation and operations, we have like services like AWS Glue, AWS Lambda, EMR, step functions. All of these are very powerful services. It like cleans, enrich the orchestrate workflow, right? So we integrate everything together. And for managing and governance, we have services like lake formation, IAM, control tower, and config, which ensures the security compliance and cataloging at scale. So together, these provide an end-to-end foundation, so organization don't have to like stitch together multiple point of solutions, right? They have everything together here. Yeah, next slide. Okay, so that's when comes zero ETL, right? So at AWS, we saw that customer didn't want to spend their time building complex ETL pipelines. That's why at reInvent 2022, we introduced zero ETL integration. What is zero ETL? If you ask me, right? Zero ETL is a set of fully managed integrations that minimizes or eliminates the need for manual ETL jobs. So instead of like waiting for badge updates, you get near real time access to data in services like Amazon Redshift or SageMaker Lakehouse. The benefits are clear. First of all, agility, because you can easily add new sources without re-engineering pipelines. It provides very good agility. Second one is cost efficiency, because you eliminate overhead from custom infrastructure. It right away improves your cost efficiency there. And fast time to insights, right? Because your dashboards like machine learning models, apps are, they're always having the fresh data because it's all integrated together. So in short, you focus on creating insights and not like maintaining the pipelines. Next slide. So here you are looking at some of the sources which Zero-ETL has, right? So we launched, first we launched with Amazon Aurora MySQL and Redshift, enabling near real-time analytics on transactional data. So that means like within seconds of transaction hitting the Aurora database, it's available for analysis in Redshift. Since then, we have expanded to Aurora PostgreSQL, DynamoDB, and RDS for MySQL. And the new integration now includes popular SaaS apps like Salesforce, Zendesk, ServiceNow, SAP, and even marketing tools like Facebook and Instagram ads. This means organizations can unify the operational and application data into Redshift or Amazon, SageMaker Lakehouse and get single consistent view without like heavy pipeline. So whether your data lives on AWS databases like Aurora or you're using any third-party apps, like I mentioned earlier, Zero-ETL makes it simple to set up, simple to manage, and it's very powerful to analyze as well. Yeah, with that, we are gonna dive deep into the Zero-ETL, and I'm going to pass along my floor to my colleague Aishwarya. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Yeah, thanks, Suyash. Yeah, to Suyash's point, right? Zero-ETL really enables fast movement of data, both from AWS data sources as well as third-party applications. So if you look at this slide, at the center we have SageMaker Lakehouse, which is that one single source of truth, more or less, where all the Zero-ETL data flows into. These are fully managed integrations provided by AWS, which means that it really is easy for your teams to connect and move data and analyze it without a manual pipeline building for manual pipeline building or transformations, right? So on the left side, you actually see AWS supports direct Zero-ETL integration from popular databases, including DynamoDB, Aurora MySQL, Aurora Postgres, and RDS MySQL. On the right, we have third-party applications, such as Salesforce, SAP, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Salesforce marketing, Zendesk, and Zoho CRM. So you're not just limited by the data that's actually residing in AWS's database, but now you can integrate all of this data together, right? Your data engine data, as well as all the third-party applications that you provide to actually give real-time insights and action upon that. The key value for all of this, the real advantage in all of these integrations are it's actually managed by AWS. What it means, it's actually less operational complexity for you, faster access to analytics and machine learning, and also fewer errors and security issues compared to that of traditional ETL approaches. With Zero-ETL, both structured data from databases and unstructured or semi-structured data from business applications can be centralized in that Amazon Lakehouse. And this really positions organizations for that modern data-driven decision making with reduced overhead and enhanced agility. Um, Next slide, please. So we spoke about these different data sources, right? How Zero-ETL is enabling you to move data from all these Amazon AWS data sources as well as third-party data sources. And we spoke about SageMaker. But really, what is SageMaker? SageMaker is our next generation platform that brings together all your favorite services and tools in a unified experience through Unified Studio. So in the past, you would have Redshift, Athena, all of these analytics services available in AWS. You would have Lakehouse or a data lake through S3, and then you will actually build machine learning models using SageMaker. A lot of customers came to us and said that they wanted to stitch all of these services together to have a unified platform, unified experience. And so the new SageMaker Unified Studio, which is currently under preview, is the offering from that perspective. So it actually will do everything from data processing, SQL analytics, machine learning. You can actually do Gen AI development as well. You can stream real-time data, create business intelligence dashboard, and actually search as well. All of this in a single unified platform. So think of it from a Zero-ETL perspective as well, right? You have all of this data coming from all of these data engines, and then also the third-party applications into SageMaker Unified Studio. And now you only have a single unified platform to actually interact with the data. And this becomes really efficient from, utilizing the data to move your organization to the next generation. Next slide, please. As you can see here, this is Redshift. Redshift is our data warehousing solution, and Zero-ETL is a core capability of Redshift. All the data that is from all these different data sources that we identified before can move into Redshift. And Redshift has two versions of it. There's one provisioned version of it, and there is also serverless version of it. Provisioned version is when you actually can predict your workload, whereas serverless is when you are actually conducting POCs or when you have unpredictable workloads. In either of these scenarios, Zero-ETL plays a very significant role in moving of data from all these different data sources that you have into an analytics platform such as Data Warehouse or even SageMaker that I just described before. But all of this data is actually centralized in Redshift. It's actually managed by S3 behind the scenes. And then you can actually do analytics for all the users, including BI tools, interact with AWS's analytics and ML services, as well as open source analytics engine. Next slide, please. So now that we have covered the two data sources from a Redshift perspective, from a Zero-ETL standpoint, we spoke about SageMaker Unified Studio, we spoke about Redshift, and how that is that single source of truth when it comes to all the data from third-party providers as well as Amazon data sources. We will look into customer stories on how Zero-ETL really helped them as well. So this customer, Pionex, is one of the key customers from an AWS standpoint. And they actually drastically improved its ability to deliver real-time training analytics by using Aurora with Zero-ETL integrations to Redshift, right? The move cut data latency by over 98%. And it actually helped them from a faster deployment and actually helped them reduce operational cost as well, eliminating complex data pipelines and allowing their users to instantly monitor market trends and react to price changes as they happen. I mean, imagine how important it is for a financial services organization to have access to real-time data and how much that can impact their performance. Our customer's senior director actually said that they can query the latest data in near real time using Redshift, which was not possible before. And so that was a key differentiator for them from a compete perspective. And that was accomplished through the use of Zero-ETL. Next slide, please. The next one is about a customer called Idlista. They were able to use SageMaker's Lakehouse Zero-ETL integration, and the customer was able to streamline access to Salesforce data from analytics, removing the need for multiple ETL pipelines, reducing complexity, and unlocking major time savings, right? This actually led their team to focus on actionable insights instead of managing data extraction ingestion. That's the key for you to remember. It's not to focus on building ETL pipelines because all of that undifferentiated heavy lifting, that is taken care of by AWS. You have to focus on what is core to your business, which is data, which is your differentiator. And so with Zero-ETL, you're able to move data near real time and therefore are able to focus on near real time capabilities and accelerate your data storing. Next slide. The last one that I wanted to mention was Kinto Technologies. They are a leading player for mobility platform industry, and its Kinto's service is Toyota's financial service company, right? So again, leveraging Aurora MySQL Zero-ETL integration with Redshift, Kinto Technologies was able to achieve a more resilient data pipeline and can now apply Redshift's advanced analytical features to its operational data in near real time. They have eliminated developers that are spending, hours manually managing these data pipelines and are dealing with performance impacts to workloads. Again, this really helped them streamline their operations, and they were able to accelerate a lot more of their pipelines. The three examples that we laid out, right, signifies both the movement of data from all these different data sources into Redshift or SageMaker Unified Studio, and how easy it is for you to integrate all of this data together. Gone are the days where you have all these different data silos and you're scrambling to understand how to make sense out of this data. Having a single unified platform, accessing it near real time, is the key differentiator when it comes to data, and that's essentially what we're trying to convey through this. The last one that I wanted to speak to you about is Woolsworth. Woolsworth is a sub-Saharan African retail offering with a wide range of quality clothing, right? General merchandise and food products, which focuses on innovation, value, and sustainability. Deriving timely insights from their data is critical to promoting data-driven decisions across their business and responding effectively to critical time-sensitive events. By using, by using Amazon Aurora MySQL Zero-ETL integration with the Redshift, they were able to decrease development time from 2 months to 1 day. That's significant time savings. Their data latency was significantly reduced using this integration as the data was ready to query immediately. This led them into making their decisions from all the events perspective, from a marketing event perspective as well. And so, number one, not only did it reduce their engineering efforts and reduce the point of failures in their pipeline, but it significantly improved their marketing strategies as well as validation of their campaigns. And so, all of this really accelerated the production for Woolsworth as well. So, next slide, please. Thank you. So the thing that we wanted to communicate through all of these examples and laying out all of these different data sources that Zero-ETL is able to connect is focus on the data. That's your key differentiator. Leave the rest to cloud providers such as AWS to do the undifferentiated heavy lifting. Focusing on creating insights instead of managing complex pipelines is what we want to drive through this. Through this, you can actually increase agility. So simplify data architecture as much as possible, reduce data engineering efforts in building ETL pipelines, as opposed to actually spending time in extracting insights from that data. So that's number one. Number two is cost efficiency. You're using data integration technologies that are cloud native and are scalable. And so your business is able to optimize cost in the actual usage and data processing, right? You're not spending hours from a man-hour standpoint as well building these ETL pipelines, which is again a cost for your organization, but also having all these complex ETL pipelines, testing it, making sure that you don't have any security issues. All of that is costly affair. And so you wanna be as cost efficient as possible, and Zero-ETL will help you do that. And then most importantly, it gives you faster time to insights, right? It gives you access to near real-time data access, ensuring that the data is fresh for analytics, AI, ML, and reporting. And so that is a key differentiator from a competition standpoint as well. With that said, I want to hand it over to Jay Prakash to speak about AWS's Center of Competency.
Thanks, Aswaya. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So let me take you through our association with AWS. We have been working with AWS since 2009. That means about more than a decade. Over this period, we have successfully delivered 60 plus projects, and we are pioneers in IP-driven AWS solutions. We are also advanced tier service partner with AWS and database migration service partner also. So we have been innovating solutions for several business problems, and of late we started getting into AI and Gen AI, leveraging Amazon Bedrock and Amazon Q technologies. And we have the end-to-end solutions built around AWS, and we have several accelerators on top of AWS that we have built. Some namely Appa, and there are several accelerators that we built on top of AWS. As mentioned in the earlier slides, Zero-ETL is the new kid in the block where it accelerates modern data stack implementations on especially AWS. Specifically where it helps is pipeline provisioning, real-time analytics, cost efficiencies in the operations, and seamless migrations and all, and especially the data governance, to reduce complexity and enhance agility for near real-time insights. Basically, at Nous, what we do is we provide three types of services. One is the assessment, another is implementation, and third one is optimization. As part of assessment, what we do is we assess current data architecture, and existing integration approaches, and what legacy ETLs that are in place, and then we recommend, first of all, the zero ETL readiness we check, and then recommend the zero ETL integration paths, and then we when recommend providing any recommendations, we align with the AWS best practices and the cost optimization strategies. We also provide proper transformation roadmap for the migration readiness and then implementation. Uh, this follows, usually the assessment follows by the implementation, where we do the zero ETL setup, especially like for example, Aurora DynamoDB to Redshift zero ETL setup, or even we do migrate the legacy ETL into AWS native services, enabling obviously the real time analytics with dashboards and alerts, and automate workflows with event bridge, glue orchestrations, etc. So this is overall zero ETL implementation plus other implementations that we take care in this. The other part is the optimization. Basically, any implementation comes with ongoing costs. So we do the ongoing cost optimization for both the Redshift, Glue, and Aurora, and then we implement CDC for near real-time synchronizations. We do set up monitoring and data cataloging and lineage tracking, so that proper governance is in place. Similarly, we do CI/CD enablement for data pipelines, so that they are agile and of good quality. Good, next. Apart from these zero ETL focused services that we provide, at Nous we have several other data analytics offerings. We generally start with the advisory services. Basically, even in the case of zero ETL, we do this assessment where we look at the existing infrastructure and provide assessment and then the implementation roadmap. Similar to that, we do the broad level data strategy roadmap development and data governance consulting, and data maturity assessment, and then gap identifications, even the technology recommendations, especially with the TCO analysis, all that we provide as part of advisory services. Usually, in all our engagements, advisory services follow with the data platform implementation services also, where we do the data lake or data warehouse implementations, using modern solutions. Sometimes we affiliate, especially this data mesh and data fabric architecture implementations are prevalent. So those we do, and then we do data model design, especially data warehouse case. We do the integrated data model designs, and then we design and develop the data pipelines, and then we do the master data management implementations also as part of modern data platform services. We also do a lot of data governance services. In the recent times, the inquiries are more on data governance. So we provide data governance framework, set up data stewardship, and then set up this data cataloging, business glossary using various tool sets. based on what existing tool stack the clients have. Similarly, we do that data visualization solutions where from legacy enterprise data reporting and visualizations to self-service visualizations also. We do a lot of reporting solution modernization exercise also, that as part of data modernization, both on the data side as well as on the reporting sides. Basically, either we do technology upgrades or we do the complete platform modernization, and then the data migrations also we do. Uh, and the last but not the least, the AI and ML, Gen AI solutions. There also we do a lot of services, especially ML modeling and prescriptive analytics and predictive analytics, or and now nowadays the data agent development for AI enablement for in several areas of uh, you know data movement. So all those are the additional services that we provide beyond the Zero ETL related offerings at Nous. So we also have, as part of this webinar, we have a limited time offer of two, specialized offerings. One is Zero ETL assessment. This is basically spaced as two sessions where we do the opportunities for optimization and current data architecture evaluation, and then recommendations in terms of readiness for Zero-ETL implementation, or the roadmap for implementation. That's what we provide as an assessment. The other one is the uh, uh, POC definition workshop, where we do a one day consultation where we define objectives for the POC, and then the identify source and target entities, and then define the scope and outcome and approach for POC execution. This is basically one day exercise where we define how a POC for Zero ETL can be carried out, which is most of the times essential, so that we don't need to do a big bang implementation. Rather, prove out something initially, and then if it is everything works fine, implement it in the large scale. So this is one day consultation offer.
Yeah, I think to add to what JP said, I think usually there are new things, we want to adopt. There is some kind of, quick start programs. Please take advantage of this. And I think thanks to, AWS for, joining us in putting this together, right?
Thank
Back
you,
to you, JP.
Srini, Aishwarya, and Suyash, and Jayaprakash. Now, let's address some of the questions that we have from our audience. Our first question: what are the potential challenges of implementing Zero ETL? I would request any one of the panelists to please take up the question.
I can take that up. I mean, while the advantages of Zero ETL is a lot, right? You're getting access to near real time information, and you can do analysis and validation pretty quickly. One thing that we see is data governance and quality of data, right? It's very important for the customer to make sure that there is good quality data that's coming in. And then also making sure that Zero ETL relies on the source and the destination system for data quality and governance, right? There might be gaps if those systems lack robust quality control or monitoring capabilities. So it's important that you're able to implement strict validation, you're doing data profiling and monitoring both source and target systems. One way to do that is actually having regular data audits for quality and consistency after integration. I mean, there are a lot of tools from AWS perspective as well, which can help you do that, which is Glue Data Quality. Redshift has data quality capabilities, as well as CloudWatch for automated checks and alerts. But that's one thing that I would suggest customers keep an eye on, which is data governance and the quality of data that's coming in.
Thank you, Ashwarya. Next, which databases are supported by Zero-ETL?
Yeah, I'll take that. Right now, I think it was mentioned in the presentation also. Right now, Zero-ETL supports Aurora MySQL, Aurora PostgreSQL, RDS MySQL, and then DynamoDB. Apart from this, it also supports Salesforce, SAP, ServiceNow, and Zendesk as sources. As far as the target is concerned, it supports Redshift and SageMaker Lakehouse, and also Amazon Open Search Service. These are the ones, the Zero-ETL supports right now.
Thank you. Our next question is, what are the security and compliance implications of Zero-ETL, especially for FinServes?
I can take this. Um, Again, it's important that we spoke about this, right? Having a good check about the data that's coming in. Since data is flowing from source to destination, it actually depends upon the source and destination's monitoring capabilities, and so that's really important. One thing that we would suggest for customers, especially in the FinServ space, is to make sure that the data is encrypted. Data in transit and at rest must always be encrypted. Zero-ETL should leverage AWS's native integration services such as KMS or TLS, and document handling procedure for cryptographic keys, because that's very important for FinServ's audit requirements. So that's number one, right? Making sure that the encryption is in place. Another important thing that we see customers implement from a FinServ standpoint, again, is access control. You should have a strong and a granular access control, having good IAM roles and policies, to make sure that there is robust segregation of data, because there is a greater risk of both insider and external threats compromising the regulation of data. And the most important piece, not just for FinServ but for any organization, is continuous monitoring. You are automating data movement from source to destination in a real-time fashion, and therefore it's very important that you're able to track who is accessing which data. And so using services such as CloudTrail, making sure that there are no inside folks as well as external folks trying to access data that they're not supposed to. So leveraging services such as guard duty is very important to make sure that you're auditing trails, and are able to respond rapidly if there is any anomaly in the way that the data is accessed. So these are the things that I would suggest customers look into from a FinServ perspective.
Thank you, Ashwarya. Next, how Nous Infosystem can support setting up Zero-ETL?
Yeah, let me take this. Now, being AWS partner for several years, has been helping many organizations in their cloud journey, including data platform migrations, data platform setup or data platform assessments, etc. As far as the Zero-ETL concerned, we do the readiness assessment, provide solution recommendation. We also help setting up Zero-ETL, both mm, assessment as well as implementation and optimization. All the three areas we cover in terms of setting up Zero-ETL for the customers.
Yeah, I would like to add one thing here. At AWS, we kind of encourage our customers to leverage AWS Marketplace, and we are working with Novus. Novus has a really good, uh, look into the marketplace. They have products, they have services, and I think they will be also including the Zero-ETL assessment service there. So look into that, and I would encourage you to take that, offer of theirs of getting the assessment done, because with that you would able to leverage, right, what kind of data you have, how we can integrate it, and there will be some fundings and help we can provide as AWS as well. So I highly encourage going and getting that assessment done through Novus.
Thank you, Jayaprakash and Suyash, for answering that. Unfortunately, we do not have time for additional questions during this session, but rest assured we'll respond to all queries via email and share today's presentation with you. Before we wrap up, I would like to remind you that Nous and AWS are at your service for any queries or assistance regarding AI adoption. Reach out to the email displayed on your screen to connect with our team of experts. With that, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. We deeply appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Thanks
Thank
all.
you. Thanks.